The latter half of the 1950s marked a profound crisis for Studebaker, a pioneer of American automobile manufacturing whose history is inextricably linked to the development of the American automotive industry. By this time, Studebaker, once a thriving and innovative company, was on the brink of collapse. Several factors contributed, all intertwined in a complex web of economic and strategic challenges. Firstly, an unprofitable government contract from World War II to supply over 200,000 trucks to the Allied forces proved a heavy burden. The massive production volume at low prices severely depleted Studebaker's resources, leaving insufficient funds for developing new models and modernizing production lines. The post-war period demanded swift changes and adaptation to new market realities. However, Studebaker failed to find its footing in this transformed world. An unsuccessful strategic alliance with Packard, also facing significant difficulties, exacerbated the situation. This union, intended to strengthen both manufacturers, yielded no positive results and instead accelerated their decline. The company lost time and resources that could have been used to develop its own competitive models. By the end of the 1950s, Studebaker was in a critical state, teetering on bankruptcy, and its future seemed highly uncertain. Many believed the celebrated automaker's story had reached its end. However, Studebaker's leadership demonstrated not only resilience, but also exceptional foresight and intuition, making a bold and risky decision that ultimately proved to be a lifeline for the sinking company. Instead of continuing to compete with major automakers in the segment of large, expensive cars, they bet on a completely new market segment, the affordable compact car, something their main competitors lacked. This was a decision dictated not only by economic necessity, but also by a deep understanding of evolving consumer demands. In 1959, a new model, the Studebaker Lark, entered the market. The car was offered in several body styles: sedan, station wagon, hardtop, and convertible to maximize appeal to diverse buyer needs. The Lark quickly gained popularity among Americans tired of bulky and expensive cars with excessive chrome and impractical design choices. The Lark's practicality, economy, and relatively low price became its main advantages, proving highly sought after in the market. In 1960, Lark sales generated an incredible $28 million in profit, saving the company from imminent bankruptcy. The Lark, whose name evokes a sense of lightness and hope, had the potential to become a symbol of Studebaker's revival. The Lark's success inspired Studebaker president Sherwood Egbert to undertake an even more ambitious project. He commissioned renowned designer Raymond Loewy, responsible for numerous iconic designs across various industries, to develop a four-seater sports car capable of attracting a younger, more active audience. This new car was to be not merely a continuation of the Lark line, but a bold and independent statement by Studebaker in the automotive market. In February 1961, Egbert reviewed the first sketches of the future car, and in March, the project, named Avanti, was officially approved. On April 27th of the same year, a full-size clay model was presented at Studebaker's headquarters in South Bend, indicating the rapid pace of the project's development. This wasn't just another car, it was a desperate attempt to save the company from inevitable bankruptcy. Parallel to the designer's work on the full-size model, intense engineering development was underway. Engineers tackled the task of adapting the successful Lark Daytona's unitary body and running gear to the Avanti's specifications, aiming for optimal weight distribution and high dynamic performance. The front seats had to be moved as far back as possible to ensure the necessary stability at high speeds. Additional stabilizing elements were incorporated into the rear suspension to improve handling. However, the main challenge proved to be the fiberglass body construction. The decision to use fiberglass was driven by a desire to save time and resources, but the lack of experience working with this material led to unforeseen difficulties. Production of the body panels was outsourced to a specialized company, Molded Fiberglass. However, the first few hundred bodies that arrived at the assembly line in South Bend horrified the staff. The quality of workmanship was unacceptable, doors wouldn't close, the hood and fenders didn't fit properly, and attempts to install the rear window resulted in it falling into the car's interior. This caused significant production delays and greatly increased costs. The situation grew increasingly tense. Despite all the difficulties encountered, work on the Avanti project continued. The project's implementation, from initial sketches to a finished prototype, took a little over a year. Sherwood Egbert's enthusiasm, bordering at times on unbridled willpower, played a crucial role in the project's advancement. His confidence in the Avanti's success was infectious, yet also risky. The situation was further complicated by Egbert's sudden serious illness. In October 1963, he was forced to resign due to a diagnosed cancer. This event dealt a heavy blow to the company, and the Avanti's fate hung in the balance. However, despite all the problems, the Avanti did enter the market and quickly gained popularity, especially in the world of motorsport. The Studebaker factory team set 29 national speed records on the Bonneville Salt Flats. In October 1963, Bill Burke in an Avanti reached a speed of 147.5 miles per hour, 237 kilometers per hour, setting a record for supercharged cars. The car was equipped with a 240-horsepower supercharged V8 engine, although more powerful versions existed. Some time before his resignation, Egbert himself set a record among automotive company presidents, reaching a speed of 168 miles per hour, 270 kilometers per hour, in an Avanti. This was an astonishing achievement, highlighting the car's exceptional dynamic capabilities. The Avanti's excellent aerodynamics, with a drag coefficient of just 0.30, played a significant role in this. Despite its sporting success, Studebaker's days as an independent automaker were numbered. The company was on the verge of liquidation. One of Studebaker's largest dealers, Nate Altman, took on the task of saving the Avanti. After a minor reorganization, production of the car resumed under the name Avanti II. Although annual production didn't exceed a few hundred units, production proved quite profitable. The Avanti II underwent several changes affecting its body, chassis, and interior. More expensive materials were used in the trim, and the list of optional equipment was expanded, including air conditioning, power windows, power steering, and chrome wheels. After Altman's death in 1976, the quality of the cars again dropped sharply. Nevertheless, the Avanti II became the first American mass-produced passenger car equipped with a roll cage. In 1982, industrialist Steve Blake became the new owner of Avanti Motors, temporarily rescuing the company from crisis. Under his leadership, rack and pinion steering and a more modern engine were introduced. The 1984 model's interior looked impressive, featuring Recaro sports seats, a wide range of power adjustments, and a high-quality audio system. In 1987, convertible production was temporarily halted, and in 1990, a four-door sedan appeared, marking the end of the Avanti's history as an independent model. For 3 decades, the car was produced as a replica, although many Studebaker enthusiasts refused to acknowledge this fact. Avanti production in 1965 totaled only 45 units, and from 1984 onwards, production fluctuated around 200 cars per year. Despite all the hardships it endured, the Avanti retained its unique extravagance, thanks to Raymond Loewy's talent. Even renowned sports cars like Rolls-Royce, Aston Martin, or Lamborghini seem almost mass-produced in comparison. The phenomenon of the Avanti, a kind of epitaph for the great Studebaker company, is still studied by automotive history researchers, and the car itself remains a coveted trophy for collectors of rare automobiles. Its story is a testament to how, even in the face of profound crisis, a truly legendary car can be created.